I'm so thirsty.
You could say that a lot of ways, Hawaii.
It's a Hawaii thing. Whoa. It's a Hawaii thing.
Welcome to It's a Hawaii Thing. How's it going? You got Lanai, and that's Brooke Lee.
Hi.
We have another edition of a great show for you. The number one podcast on the island of Oahu.
In his mind.
Yeah. Oh, I would say number one podcast on brooklee.com.
There is none.
That's why.
Okay.
All right. We have a very special guest today. I first heard her voice when I was in high school, and I used to be in love with Michael Kusang's show on KQMQ. You remember him?
Oh, yes. We all know Michael Kusang. Yes.
It was an amazing show.
It was a lovely show.
She is the voice of traffic.
She has been the voice of traffic.
For
yes.
a long time. Danielle Tucker, ladies and gentlemen. How are ya?
The sound of Hawaii, as like I like to say. Yeah.
You probably worked at every radio station almost.
I have a job now at iHeart. So yeah.
And you're doing it on the news.
I'm doing traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've been at every conglomerate here.
Equal opportunity employee. A
lot of people don't realize the radio stations here, you can own up to 7 now.
It's 6 or 7. I don't know.
6 or 7. So you have iHeart, who owns KSSK, Island 98.5, Star 101.9, KHVH.
Yeah, just a
bunch.
String.
Yeah, and then you have like the other guys who do KCCN, and they all go down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like everyone's individual.
No,
but it used to be that way.
The old days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a monopoly now. So that's why I'm saying if you did traffic, you did all the stations.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I was hired by a company, whether it be iHeart, let's just stick with them because the other ones shall not be named.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No. So I do all of the stations traffic.
Right.
Yes.
Do you still do the golf show?
Yes, absolutely. It's my 23rd year.
That's awesome. Do you play golf?
I do, and I don't do it well.
Yeah, well, nobody does.
Exactly. So it's
That's not true. Tiger would disagree.
Yeah,
Sometimes he does it well.
Okay, he's got a lot of cups and
he's got a lot of limp right now.
Yeah, I mean he's having a rough patch.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Sometimes they do
The
it
guy
well.
was at the best.
A pro golfer told me that.
What?
Not all golfers are the best.
Okay.
They sometimes do it well.
Oh, I see. Well, it's like Colin Morikawa. He was really on in an amazing last year, and this year he just can't find his game.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine being as good as
that, and then losing your touch person.
How long you been doing this show?
23 years.
Wow.
And that's on the Golf Channel, or is the local?
It's a radio show.
And that's on a local. Is it across everywhere, or where do we hear it?
101.1 FM.
101.1 FM.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it's every Saturday?
I pay to play.
Every Saturday?
Yeah. It's every Saturday.
Yeah.
Every Saturday. Yes. I had a really great lineup. I just love it. Gary Williams he used to be Golf Channel, and we were talking about Steph Curry has this. He's really invested. He loves golf, right?
He's good.
But he has created the Curry Cup for kids.
Oh really?
For golf?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, because he feels golf elevates kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Sportsmanship.
Yes, and in the week before, I had a fellow on from Uganda, and he wants to get children into the game for the same reason, because if you can play golf, you get into circles that you otherwise would never get into.
Oh, 100%. That's why I started playing golf.
There you go.
It was just a network. I worked for a company that
Shall be
they
unnamed.
No, it was a cigar company. They made me play golf 3 days a week because I had to take the clients. We didn't take them to lunch. We took them to play golf.
And when you say made you, they didn't make you. You were like, okay, I'll golf. You weren't like kicking and screaming.
And I know they kind of did because I didn't really want to go. Yeah, I wasn't into it at that time. It was a job. It's not to go have fun, right? And then these guys were good, and you're not good, so then you feel like, they don't want to golf with me. I'm not that good.
But
right?
you've got a sense of humor.
Yeah, well, if you play with me, you have to have a sense of humor. But I got better, and I fell in love with it. Now I do like it.
You like golf.
But the cool thing is they would hire, when that company hired people, if you made it to the second call or after the first interview, they took you to golf to see how your temperament was.
Oh, so if
you threw the clubs, you weren't getting hired.
Yes.
But it helps when you talk about what
Yes.
it does for kids. It teaches you
Yes.
patience. It
Yes.
teaches you how to be a gentleman because there's rules and there's golf etiquette and all those things.
Honor.
Honor.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. You can't go kick the ball when no one's looking, and you can't move it out of the mud when no one's looking.
It
All that
sounds
stuff.
all like things you've done.
Everyone has done it once in their life. Yeah. I kicked it a couple times. I didn't see it there. It was in the grass.
Yes,
the
that's
grass was
the
too
problem.
tall.
The grass was-
That's weird. That's very weird.
So how often do you get to golf?
Well, all honesty, serious here.
Yeah.
Yeah, on March 5th, 2020, right before everything got
Went
shut
crazy.
down. Yeah, some poor girl lost her mind, ran into me. I was parked at a stoplight. I wasn't parked there, but I was stopped, and she just went, "Pow."
Oh no. So you got hurt.
Yeah. So I got hurt.
That's always a hard thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad backs. Whenever my back hurts, you can't go golf.
No, it's so
Yeah.
You
real.
gotta swing.
Yeah.
Walk
You
through
just,
the thing.
yeah.
Even putting hurts.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
Yeah.
a really bad position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of the golf show?
The golf club.
The Golf Club. That's
Yes.
a good name for a golf
Yeah.
show. We're
So
going to take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be right back
I'll
with
find
your
out when we
golf
get back.
questions. All right. You don't golf, do you?
I don't.
We'll be right back. It's a Hawaii thing. Danielle Tucker is hanging out with us. Bringing you what matters. Viewers can receive the Star Advertiser digital full access subscription for just $9.95 per month. Go to staradvertiser.com and click on subscribe. Use the code AHITHING. Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. Danielle Tucker is hanging out with us. You do golf shows. You do traffic.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we
Are
still
you
wait.
sick and tired
you?
of traffic at some point, though? I got to ask this question because I've heard
Sure.
you in my ear my whole life, and you are like the soundtrack of Hawaii. Like, have you figured out traffic by now? Like, you've
No,
done
the
it so
question is, are you sick of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
I mean, yeah, that's also a thing. But like, you've watched so much traffic. Have you just called the traffic company and be like, Kahuhipa, let's talk about it for a second? Because I think I figured out your bottleneck. Like, I think I've watched it all these years. If you just added another lane and took the cones out, you guys be good. Like, have you figured it out? Like,
There's some places I figured out, but
Yeah.
the bottom line is the variables are just too big.
Right.
And it's the people driving.
okay,
It's
that's
the people driving.
It's kinda
And
like
I'm not
weather.
tired. I just have to say, there's something wonderful about helping people.
right.
Yeah.
And since I really don't like being stuck in traffic,
yeah.
I feel a sense of
Duty.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your mission.
it's
Yeah.
my mission.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to rescue you
Yeah.
from this hideousness.
Right, because you're, no offense, Guy Hoggy, because we love you, Guy, but like, you're like the antithesis. Like, when Guy says something, everyone's like, Guy Loggy, Guy's just making it up. But when Danielle tells you, don't go airport viaduct, you're like, and we're turning right here
Yeah.
at the stoplight.
Well, there's cameras right there,
Because
too.
Danielle
so-
would never lie to
It's
me.
fact.
She's
Yeah.
never steered me wrong. Like Waze has, but Danielle will never do that to me. Let's go Moanalua.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
You made me feel so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How many years you been doing traffic now?
Oh, 20 something, about a little bit less than the golf show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you ever hear that story? What me and Augie did to the traffic camera in Kalihi.
No.
So there's a traffic camera. You know where the merge is?
Which
Where the major merge from the airport to the
Oh, yeah,
H1.
the
That's
Middle
like
Street
the
merge.
bottleneck
Yes,
of
right.
everything.
Middle
right?
Street merge.
Yeah,
See, you heard
Middle
that
Street
in
merge.
Hawaii.
So you know how there's that one camera? It's on the top and it's facing. You can see the roof of the tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Can
we
I
put.
stop you before you say anything more? Will you be actionable? Is this actionable? Because he's a councilman now.
Yeah. It's too far gone away.
Okay, so he will not
He got
get
in
in
trouble
trouble?
for
Okay.
everything else
Just
already.
checking.
Worse.
It's too
Yeah.
far gone.
Yeah.
Because he is in city counciling
So-
positioning now.
So when we first
good
got
point.
together and got on the
Gotcha.
radio, we were trying to think of what things we could do. So we would go get all our super friends, we call it, all our special friends that worked on the show with us.
Yes.
And they would hold signs
Yes.
with me and like Augie's name, and we'd have them stand in front of all the traffic cameras. But we had them stand close so you can't see traffic. You can just see Lanai and Augie on Island 98.5. And one of the guys left one of the signs, the one on the Middle Street Pass, so it was there for like a week.
leaning up against the thing?
Well, it was far enough so it fit
In the
perfectly
frame,
in the frame of the camera.
And
yeah.
so you're blocking traffic
Yeah.
capability of
So
seeing
they were calling, and what is it? DOT.
Yes.
They
Department
were
of
calling our
Transportation.
boss, and we're like, we don't know nothing about that. We didn't do it.
Yeah.
But it was there for a week. So back in the day, you could churn. What was it? Channel 60 or something.
Yeah, there was a chance. Yeah, 40, 60
could-
maybe,
oh, you could
40
switch
something.
You could
Yes.
switch. Yeah. So if you're in the morning getting ready, you
Yeah.
can see all the traffic spots. So every camera had Lanai and Augie 98.5, or maybe
Wow.
like 15 of them anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every
and,
camera.
and we got suspended.
I'm sure
Yeah,
you
didn't hear about that?
did?
Yeah, from the station because we,
That was
it too
publicity.
many.
Publicity.
Pure publicity.
That's publicity.
You were also
Yes.
you were also putting people in. I mean, you were blocking major
Yes, there's
traffic
there's
things
that.
with your thing.
Nah.
Publicity.
Nah, that's your comeback. Okay, we love you, Augie,
Everybody was listening
Councilman.
to Danielle tell the traffic. They weren't
She
watching. the
couldn't do her
camera.
job. You were blocking all our cameras that day.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you ever saw that. You never saw
I
it?
think it was before I actually got in there because we never had you and Augie blocking traffic cameras.
Wow.
She would have had a thing
true.
to do with that.
I would've-
Yeah, she would have been like, "Get them off the cameras right now. I need to see
Who
Kahuhipa."
are these people
Yeah.
and who do they think they are?
Yeah.
One of the reasons I got into radio was Michael Kusang. How was it working with him?
Oh, Michael Kusang was an amazing person.
Yeah.
Michael, when he said goodnight at 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
he literally meant he is now going to go to bed.
Really?
Yes, because one day I'm driving in, parked my car, had to get in early to write script and,
Yeah.
gather the news because I
Right.
also had to do the news. So Michael drives in his convertible Mercedes, the
Yeah.
red one.
The
Yeah.
80s, huh? The
Yep.
80s.
He's holding his drink in his hand. He had just come from the club.
Oh, that's why he was so on it. Yeah.
It's like,
Dang.
Michael, have you slept yet? I'm going to.
Yeah, when he got off the air.
Wow.
Yeah, he was something else though. He was so witty. Did he ever get death threats? Because he was kind of on the edge.
I never heard that he got death threats.
Or any
no.
threats?
Some people were upset with him for
What
saying
was
certain
his,
things.
what was his age? When was he on? He was like early 80s through the 90s? Or
Yeah,
no?
early, yeah, 90s.
Yeah.
About 83 to about
83.
91.
And Chris Hart did nights. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. It's a Hawaii thing. We'll be right back. For all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Visit hificu.com. Long's Drugs is always here for Hawaii, providing your family with their local favorites, accessible health and wellness services to keep you safe and healthy. Make Long's a part of your day.
Windows Hawaii. Trust Windows Hawaii.
Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. Danielle Tucker is hanging out with us. We're talking about Chris Hart was on at night. You and Michael Kusang were on in the morning. Who was midday? Willie Moku.
No, Willie Moku.
Afternoon.
It depended what station you were listening to.
KQMQ.
Because KQMQ and KKUA were merged into one.
Oh, that's right.
But at 10 o'clock, they split into two stations.
Oh, they split.
Yeah.
So I listened to KQMQ. That was like the hip station at
Yes.
that time.
Yes.
So was it
yes.
Willie Moku during the day?
I think it was Willie, but not midday. I think it was, well, maybe it was midday. That's a long
Long
time.
time.
I
the
know how
program.
to, well, I know, but those two guys were kind of Chris Hart too. He was like one of the reasons I got into it. But did Michael pass? How did Michael pass away? I never heard about that.
Michael Kusang?
Yeah.
He had a heart attack.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
How old was he? He was young, huh?
Michael never revealed
His
how
real
old
age.
he was.
How old do you think he
It
was?
was like Dick Clark.
Just looking at him.
40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they say if a man makes it past 50 without getting a heart attack, he's got it made.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, solid.
You know what?
Snaked right in there.
You know how they do those tarot card readings and stuff? I really don't believe them. Well, I kind of do now.
Yeah.
But two people told me that I was going to be 79.
Oh, 70.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Something to shoot for. You stay in shape.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that to my golf game, 79.
That would be nice.
I'd love to shoot a 79.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, amen.
I had a heart attack.
Yeah, he actually had two. So he had the first one, then he just didn't do anything to change his lifestyle.
Right. Because he's Michael Kusang. What are you going to do?
And he was just partying, that's why.
Well, he liked to go to Phuket.
Oh, he was partying.
Yeah.
Really?
He was partying.
On
Yeah, you
behalf
didn't
of
see
all
The
of
Hangover?
Thailand, I apologize
You
on
guys
behalf
watched The
of all of
Hangover
Thailand.
too? Yeah.
It's a lot
I
of
didn't know that.
insinuation there.
I
He
met-
could just like the culture.
I met him once, yeah. If he liked the culture, he'd still be alive.
Okay.
Yeah. He'd be meditating every day.
Fair.
So that's actually where he had like
Mini heart
Oh,
attack.
that's
total. No,
Oh.
this the second one was in.
When was
Phuket.
this? In the late 90s,
Yeah, it
early
was in
2000s?
it was in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was asked to do his eulogy, which was a huge honor.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
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 I met him once, and it was a passing. Somebody introduced me to him, and they told me after who he was. So I met him, and then after they told me, I was like, "Why didn't you tell me it was him?"
Yeah.
Because he didn't talk.
Oh,
so
he
I would have
recognized
recognized his voice if he just
That's
said, "Oh, it's
that's
my friend."
unusual for Michael.
Well,
not
we were
to-
passing, that's why. And they were like,
I-
"Oh, this is Lanai, and that's Michael," and we shook hands, and he went. So I never really got to
But
meet
wasn't
him.
Kamasami Kong before him?
Yeah.
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 So how do you know Kamasami Kong that well, but you don't know Michael Kusang?
Kong lived in my building. Yeah. And me and Kong would pass each other all the time. I didn't know it was him.
Because you were on the radio when Michael Kusang was on the radio.
No, I didn't start yet.
Oh.
I just started. I was 17.
Oh.
And then he had that talk show. Q-Sang had a talk show.
On
kind of
TV?
like- yeah. Was it? You remember that?
No.
It was like once a week. It was, I forget what the name of it was, but he
I'm
would
sorry.
just interview guests or whatever. So I was like
I don't
following
remember.
him on that. And then Kong and I would pass in the hall, like by the mailbox or whatever, 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Never knew what he looked like. He never knew what I looked. There's no internet,
No.
no
Yes.
phones or anything. And then one day I heard him talk,
And you were like, hey, I
and
know
I
that
was
voice.
like, "Holy shit!"
Which
you're-
you must
you're
get all the time
Kamasami
too,
Kong.
as Danielle Tucker. I mean,
Yeah.
that voice is like, you can't not know who Danielle Tucker is when you
So
talk.
yeah, I don't talk if I don't want to.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
You're like,
And
oh
when
my
you're in
God.
a store, you know, and you haven't really, you just ran out.
It's
Right.
so flattering, though.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And the thank yous that I get really make a big difference.
I mean,
That's-
you are literally the soundtrack to Hawaii.
For in the morning, yeah, because you're attached to so many great shows. You think about it, she's attached to all the different morning shows.
Oh, I mean,
right.
and you're the constant heartbeat because
Yeah.
there's been traffic. There's always traffic on an island.
I just started getting the voice thing.
What do you
like
mean?
people just started recognizing the voice.
Oh, your voice?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're on everything.
Well, I did radio for so long too, but
That's right.
it took a while before anybody recognized the voice. It's more of the face.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
because you were television too a lot.
Yeah, but it's more flattering in the voice to me.
It's more intimate.
It is.
That is true.
That's a great word to
That
describe
is
it.
true,
It's,
because it's in your ear.
Yes. Yeah.
Day in, day out.
So I've been doing a lot of what do you call it? Voiceovers for answering machines for companies.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm the Eye Center. I'm Zippy's. Landmark Trucking. I'm like 7 different voicemails for different companies, but it's because they are company owners that grew up listening to me, and I would run into them or do a gig, and they would, "Can you do our voice?"
So you're like a
Stuff.
voicemail whore.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I like the word slut better.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm no judgment.
Whore's kind of older.
Whatever.
We got to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Danielle Tucker's hanging out with us. It's a
Hookah.
Hawaii thing.
Hookah.
Air and Sea Travel Center, best group tours throughout the world. Let's go travel and see the world to make beautiful memories. Call 808-951-9800 today. At Aloha Kia, you know a guy. Visit us at our 7 dealerships statewide. Purchase a brand new Kia using Aloha Kia Express. Purchase at alohakia.com.
Homeworld, locally owned and quality brands. Let us help you create your perfect home.
Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. Danielle Tucker is hanging out with us.
the voicemail hookah.
Yeah.
Not you, him.
Yeah, I am.
No, so you say press 4 for the boss.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, I've been Zippy's. They asked me to do it, and I said, let's do facts while they're on hold. So I do like fun facts. You know, they sell 1 ton of chili, blah blah blah. Anyway,
Blah, blah, blah.
yeah. So now I'm doing it for the Eye Center. They're like, hey, can you change ours and do like facts when they're on hold?
They
So
want
no.
facts too?
Yeah. So I do
Like,
facts
what
now.
kind of facts for the eye center?
You know, what is a cataract, and you
Wow.
explain what a cataract is, and when the average person loses their eyesight, blah blah blah, and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
You're so sincere.
yeah. Things that you would want to know, right? Like, what
I
the hell
hope
is a
they pick up
cataract?
the phone before you've told everything about cataracts.
That's how you know.
The doctor was telling me this about a year ago. I ran into the doc, and he was telling me somebody called him, was on hold. He picked up, and they asked, "Can you put me back on hold?" I didn't get to hear the rest of the story. Yeah, or the rest of the whatever it was. Yeah.
Now you're pulling focus.
It's pretty funny.
You see, you gotta stop pulling focus, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting some hang time.
Not the job.
Getting some hang time.
Not the job.
What is a great memory for you for radio? Like good or bad? I mean, there were so many things that you went through.
All right.
Missiles. Fake alarms.
Wait a minute. Missiles?
Yeah.
That's
I was
gotta be
live
crazy.
from the Sony Open
That's right.
when
When it happened?
yeah, I was live, and I had people sitting. Mark Rolfing was with me, and we're all sitting there, and we're talking about the, whatever, golf. And all of a sudden, all of our phones
start
go
lighting up.
just
Right.
blowing up.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was a real.
A thing. Yeah.
And I said, well, okay, we better check and see. So it's a cold read now. I turned my phone over, and I'm reading this. This is not a test.
Yeah.
And so this is alive, and the guys are going, we better go back to the office. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you better stay right here, because you'll not get back to the office in
time.
10
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
We'll all
Yeah.
be gone
Right.
in 10 minutes. And Mark Rolfing says, I'm out of here. I'm going right next door. I want to be with my wife. It was like a very,
Yeah.
and so we just kept talking. 'Cause
Right.
what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
I knew that my grandson, and he was right there. He
Wow.
was there was no better place to be.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
really lucky
That's
that way.
so crazy.
And did you think it was real?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was real. I thought it was real for maybe 10 seconds.
I thought it was real until I could start scrolling and looking for CNN or NBC.
Yeah.
Verifiable.
Somebody tell me what's going on
Right.
here. Right.
Right.
But I have to tell you what my favorite memory in radio is we did a Thompson and Tucker. We did the show live from New York City.
Oh, nice.
And I got to interview Mayor Koch and Jimmy Breslin and all these. I took people on a tour of the Statue of Liberty that was being renovated. I took them via carriage, horse-drawn carriage.
Oh, wow.
So I took my Marantz tape recorder.
Oh, you
and
did it.
we hear the jingle bells
Yeah.
and the clap, 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 clap,
Yeah.
clap. And the curator of Central Park is explaining everything about the park. And so then I go back to Grand Central Hyatt and edit it all together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was
cool.
It was very
Where
cool.
were you during 9/11? Were you on air?
9/11, I was on the air, and I was on the air for...
The whole time, probably.
Oh, yeah, I was on the air for 16 hours that day.
Wow.
And the next day I was fired.
Oh.
Wow. Really?
Not for being on air for 16 hours.
No,
It was
just because the company
thing
that
of
owned
whatever.
the
Yeah.
Wait, where
Timing
were
was
you at?
horrible.
Where was I at?
Yeah, what station?
Henry Broadcasting. It was...
Oh, I was at Henry Broadcasting too.
That was, yeah.
That was Clear Channel
Um,
before.
it was Clear Channel before?
No, Clear Channel bought Henry Broadcasting.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
it was...
I was on the air too. I didn't know what to do. Oh, we got to say bye already.
We
Really?
have
We
to
got to
say
go
bye?
to YouTube
Yeah,
because
hurry
we
up.
got to hear the story. Okay.
Yeah, we do. So
we
have
have
some nice
gifts for you.
You got 10 seconds, bro.
You get bougie bottles.
Oh, wow.
You get
You can check out the extended version of this show on YouTube.
Wow.
Please
Many
follow
honey
us and
nuts.
subscribe.
Can I come back?
Of course you can. This is Danielle Tucker, ladies and gentlemen.
With Hawaiian Ship
Make sure you
Company.
check her out on all the iHeart radio stations. Danielle, thanks for coming by today.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
It was good to see you.
Thank you guys for watching. It's a Hawaii
Brooks,
thing.
thank you.
We'll see you next time. Ahui ho. Welcome back to It's a Hawaii
We're
Thing, the
swearing.
extended version. Mahalo for turning us on and hitting the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you can. Danielle Tucker is here. So you were on during 9/11. You stayed on for 16 hours.
Yes.
And what time did it start in Hawaii? 4 o'clock.
It was early in the morning.
3:30.
Yeah.
I left town to get to Kailua because it was on Cox 2 back then.
Oh, you were staying on the other side.
I was living here on this side.
And you were yeah.
And then I drove over there. Yeah. And when I left here, the world was normal.
Yeah,
and when I got there,
Yeah.
The whole
the
world had fallen apart. Yeah.
first tower was going down in
Yeah.
flames.
Yeah.
And then I watched the second plane come in. It's like,
Right.
Wasn't it the weirdest thing? Because you were reporting it as you were watching it on television, and me and Augie were, we don't know none of this stuff. We don't know how to do news. You know what I mean? And they had this.
Why were you guys? Oh, because you're morning.
We're doing
At those
morning,
time, you guys were
but the
morning.
weird thing was my boss was calling like, what was it, 3 a.m. it happened? We didn't get on there till 5.
Right.
So my phone kept ringing and ringing. We were sleeping. He goes, you have to go to the studio now. This
Yes.
is what's happening.
Yeah.
And when you get in your car, call me. I'll explain what's happening, blah, blah. So we get there. And then our producer was there before us. He had all these papers on the council. And I'm like, what am I doing? And the PD comes in and goes, read everything that you can. Give out as much information. And then they had this button on his computer. If I ran out of things because I didn't know what else to say, I would play a song. He would stop the song from his office, and he would call me on the hotline. He goes, nope, no music. Keep talking.
Wow.
There was no music.
It was miserable.
Wow.
We had to keep talking.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Continuous.
Because I was in LA. I was in LA at the time and was living near the federal building in Los Angeles. My mother worked for Naval Intelligence. I can say that now because she's been retired for over 20-something years. So she works for Naval Intelligence. So they were getting all the information, top secret information, because they work at JICPAC. So I called her because it was still early. It was your guys' time, 3, 4 in the morning. And I call her and I'm like, do I need to get on a plane and come back to Hawaii? Like, is this it? This is it? She's like, I can't talk right now. They're calling everybody into JICPAC. I'm not going to be able to talk to you because we're on non-secure phones at work. Just stay where you are, keep your head down, we should be fine. And so she was like, just don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. And so my first thing was, I'm like a stone throw from the federal building in Los Angeles. Am I not going anywhere? She's like, I think you guys will be fine. Just don't go anywhere. Don't leave the apartment. And I was like, okay, huddling down. JICPAC will know. Naval Intelligence should know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so she was like, just do not move. Stay where you are.
So
Don't
were you on all the stations at the time?
No, at that time I was with Jay Stone.
Jay
Stone. I did mornings with Jay.
Jay Stone gave me my first job.
Really? Ow.
At 16?
17.
17?
I was 17 years old.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just turned 17 and moved to Oahu. But he was the program director for that cluster. What was it? KIKI.
Yeah, that was different.
Chantel Don Sweeney.
Yeah.
You know Sean?
No.
Oh, you never met Sean?
No. You know how it is in radio?
Yeah,
when you work in a certain group,
Yeah.
you don't really...
It's like clicks.
Yes.
It's clicky.
It is.
Very clicky.
Well, it was very
Very
competitive.
clicky.
Yeah.
Because
Very
radio was
competitive.
king back in the day. Radio was
Absolutely.
actually
Social
bigger than
media.
TV.
Radio was social media.
Because everybody was in their cars all the time listening
Yes.
to the radio. So,
Yeah, radio was social media.
Yeah.
That's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever work with Michael W. Perry?
No.
No.
No, wait a second. I did.
yeah, you did. Because you did. You did the for
Excuse me?
everybody. You did everybody's.
No, I worked with Michael when his name was different.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I don't want to say it.
Okay.
No, you can say it. What was it again?
it's fine because
Well,
he's still
I
on
don't-
air now.
He's
so.
still on air, so I don't think he wants. He
No.
said to me,
He's
that-
a brand now.
yes, he is a brand.
Did you work with Larry?
Larry, no.
No, Larry.
No.
Because they
no.
were a brand by that point.
Well, they weren't together. They got
Right.
together. So she's been doing it long enough. I'm just curious if you worked with him before KSSK.
Yeah, so I did. He did afternoons. So there was, oh heavens, his name just went out of my mind.
Aku?
No,
Morning?
we beat Aku once.
Did you
Thompson
really?
and Tucker.
That
yes.
is not even possible.
Oh, yeah, I know. No, we didn't really.
Because Aku Pupule was like, he was
He
a
was
god,
king.
that
He
guy.
was king.
He was
Did you meet him?
untouchable.
No, we did. We beat the other guys, the two guys that you were just that I won't. Yeah.
Mention
Perry
it.
and Price?
Yes,
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
Voldemort. He who shall not be named.
Hey, Augie and I beat Perry and Price our first year.
Really?
Yeah, but we're same company.
Oh, did they get upset?
95.
Of course they did.
No, they didn't. Well, here's the deal. I'll tell you why. Here's the deal. That our station wasn't in existence. Perry and Price were number 2 behind KCCN.
What?
What? Like this.
Oh,
Not the
why?
morning show.
Oh, okay.
Not the morning
Oh,
show.
the full station.
Back and
Okay.
forth like this,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
So I pitched 98.5 and I said I got this
Island music,
idea
right.
and this concept, and they're like, there's no way you're going to beat KCCN. I said, just give me a chance. 3 years later, they give me a chance. I told Clear Channel, I said, all I need to do is take 10% away from KCCN. KSSK will now be on top forever. And we did it in 3 books.
Wow.
Yeah, which is 6 months. No, 9
So
months.
they have you to thank for KSSK's success.
You
Is
ask,
that what you're saying?
you ask Larry, and he'll tell you. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they were always so good to us. They were very helpful. Perry and Price were very helpful to Augie and I because we were young punks.
Right.
And anyway, it took away the percentage, and they got the #1 spot forever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it was a chess move.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Well, Michael Kusang and I, we beat them once.
Yeah. Well, I thought you guys beat him a bunch of times.
Well, I just remember the one.
One time. She's like, the one time.
You had a party. He went to Phuket after that and partied.
I don't know. It was 89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
89. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just graduated.
You just graduated?
Uh-huh.
God, he's a kid.
80. Well, I just came to Hawaii.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean
I'm
Oahu.
Because you were
On
at
Lanai.
88 grad, 87 grad.
87. But I
Yeah.
was young, so what do you call that? When you go to one class earlier?
You skipped a grade.
No, they put me in. I was so smart.
You skip a grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Doogie Kame Aloha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a valedictorian. How
You
about
were?
that? Yeah.
Wow.
On Lanai.
Yeah. No, just in my home.
Okay.
I lied to my mother.
You didn't.
Valedictorian.
Where's your report card? Don't worry about it. I'm valedictorian this semester.
Homeschooled valedictorian.
You shouldn't say this. Children will take this and use it.
Was #1 in my class. I was homeschooled.
I have
was
all the
only
tricks.
one in my class.
Trust me, I have all the
#1 at the
tricks.
top of the thing.
That's good.
Yeah, valedictorian.
I wasn't smart enough to be homeschooled. Though. Yeah.
One.
So what else are you doing? What do you like to do when you're not doing the traffic and golf?
Sometimes when I just get to sit down and watch a good show on
Yeah.
anything,
Right.
I'm happy because it's nonstop.
It's rare.
Yeah. Did I mention that I'm raising my grandson right now?
No.
Well, you mentioned a grandson, but
Yeah.
How's that going?
How old?
Well, right. Do I need to say that?
How old is he?
How old? Yeah. How old is your grandson?
If you're raising him, what is he, 20?
Not that far.
Let's see.
a
Yeah,
teenager?
Teens.
Yes, he's in his teens.
Oh, okay.
That's hard.
Well, no, he's a good kid.
Oh, that's
He's a
good.
good kid, and we get along really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun together. Yeah,
Nice.
but I really have a problem with the phone thing.
Oh,
Of course.
What's up with the phone
they're
thing?
addicted. It's
Hello.
addicting.
It is
It's
addicting.
addicting.
Yeah.
Children.
Where does he go to school?
Throw that thing away. He went to. Yeah, put your phones down. He went to Kaimuki.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Yes, Kaimuki High School.
Is
After
that the
Six.
Bulldogs? No.
The Bulldogs.
Kaimuki
Yes, the
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Kelly Boy de Lima went to Kaimuki. Can we ask why you're raising him? Or is it
Sure,
one of
I
our-
mean, of course you can.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to answer. So
Kaimuki High School. I went to McKinley. Where did you go?
Lanai High School.
Lanai High School.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
that's a tricky question. I graduated from Kamehameha.
She got kicked out of Punahou.
Why you got to go there? Why he got to go there?
Because how can you blow it, right? Punahou. Why are you kicked out of
Why
Punahou?
you gotta go there? I landed at Kamehameha. That's all that matters. That's a hard
right.
school to get
That
into.
is a very hard school to get
I mean,
into.
you gotta be really lucky.
You,
You
gotta
gotta
know
be-
somebody.
That too, but whatever.
How do you get in on your senior year? Come on, explain to me. You don't get in on your senior year.
You
Come on, man.
can if you're lucky.
Yeah.
See? And luck is all about it. Yeah.
Killed somebody.
Yeah.
There was
My
an
son is
opening.
active duty. So when
Oh, okay.
9/11 happened,
Oh,
he did
Deployed.
many tours of duty.
I see.
Yeah, and mom split, and things just didn't go well with stepmom.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
Well, that's good. You have a good relationship though with your grandson.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
a good kid.
I wish my grandmother was still around. I didn't hang out enough with her. Like she was the coolest lady, but you don't know when you're young.
On Lanai.
On Lanai, you don't when you're young. You don't think they're gonna be here forever, right?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I have to tell him. I'm very straight with him. It's like, we only have. I am going to die.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
At some point, I am not a robot like your phone.
Yeah.
You can't
Right.
just plug me in and recharge me.
Yes, yes.
So
So let's work
I'm
together.
checking my battery life and I'm saying pay attention to me and not your phone.
Yeah.
Yes. I want you to be fully loaded for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
What-
present.
Yes. And I just want him to get all the information that I can give him, so he's ready. So that when I'm not around anymore, he can
Yeah,
charge
but you
on.
don't realize that till later.
Maybe
That's hard. That's a hard thing. You don't realize it till later.
he has challenges, but he's incredibly instinctual about how he'll pick up on stuff. And then he internalizes it, he mulls on it, and then he comes back and he goes, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
And I can tell that he's really getting
Processing it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's why I think I have a chance of giving him a lot more
Yeah.
than, I would have taken in.
Does he like golf?
He does.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he does. He's grown so much. He's 6'1".
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, and his clubs are way too short.
Tiny
Yeah.
for him.
We were laughing about that. We're gonna have to find some place for your clubs. And he
Custom
just
made.
cracked up thinking about how he'd have to bend over.
Yeah.
That's
Or
like
you just get a broomstick and tape it to the top of it and make it an extension on
like
it.
putt golf.
Yeah.
So funny.
Well, I'm glad you came by today.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, we've been wanting you on for a while.
Tell
You
every-
made me laugh.
Tell everybody where they can listen to you.
Oh, they can listen to me on my golf show, of course, and that's on 101.1 FM. And you can listen to me on all of the iHeart stations. I fill in for TC when he's not doing the job.
Okay.
And then I'm on KITV4.
KRATER.
Yes,
Now,
every
the
morning.
iHeart stations are KSSK, Star 1019, Island 98.5. There's a Hawaiian station too now.
Yes.
And
The Wave.
There's 11 stations.
Yeah.
And you do all of them.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Yes.
KITV. The golf one though is on where? What time?
It's a 7 to 8:30 in the morning
Okay.
on Saturday
On
only.
Saturdays.
Saturdays, yes.
I've caught it a couple times.
You have?
Yeah, I have.
Good.
Yeah, 'cause
Thank you.
We were I forget what it was. Oh, the company I was with that I golfed with.
Yes.
We were talking about talking about your show.
Oh, well,
You
This
should
was
go
a couple
on the
years
show?
ago.
I feel so honored.
We were it was
topic
a
of
cigar,
conversation.
a cigar company.
Cigar company.
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
Why are you so like mysterious about the cigar company?
I'm not about promoting smoking cigars now.
Oh,
I was then.
got it.
Yeah. I got asthma.
Weird. So you can't say their name now? Are you?
No, I don't work for them. I'm not here to promote them.
Are you Nuha with them?
No, not at
I'm
all.
getting
It was
into
awesome.
Hawaii.
No
was
free
a-
publicity.
It was a great job. It was a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
This season
So
we'll promote
shady,
7-Eleven
so
and
shady.
Zippies. Yeah.
Wow.
You make it sound shady.
You're shady.
Crazy. Thanks for coming by. Danielle Tucker, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you
on.
follow her. Are you on the gram or the Facebook?
Oh gosh, I have 4 Facebook pages, 2 Instagram pages,
Dang.
2
You're
Twitter
busy.
pages. Yes, I'm busy.
no
on just your
joke.
name.
Danielle Tucker 2 times on Facebook, the Golf Club on Facebook,
All right.
and Danielle Tucker again on Facebook, and then Danielle Tucker on Instagram and the Golf Club House on Instagram, and DT808 Traffic on Twitter, and the Golf Club on Twitter.
She busy.
Is that all?
You busy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
She not on TikTok yet because
Yeah.
she too busy.
That's what your grandson's doing, watching you on all these different platforms.
Social.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Thank you guys for watching. It's a Hawaii thing. We'll see you next time. Mahui ho.
It's a Hawaii thing.